Hello. Slightly somewhat longer delay between my last video and this one than I'd had in mind. I've been ill for the best part of a week. So's Andrea and so's her son and pretty much everyone else. Yes, I was watching a video by Sinister Moon who was talking about emulators and asking, what is our opinion of emulators? And this isn't exactly a response to that. It's just something it got me thinking about, because I do like MAME and I do use it, but I use it in a very specific way. Namely, if there is a game that you just can't get any other way, like I did that video of Super Monaco Grand Prix. You can't get that any other way. So I will use MAME for that. Though I used to use it, any game that I'd ever played in the arcades that I liked, I would download the ROM and play it on MAME. Since then I've sort of moved on in that I buy compilations for consoles, and I find there are benefits to having those. Partly I just like having a physical copy to put in my hand and say, yay, look, I bought this. Also, I find that I discover games on those compilations that I wouldn't otherwise have played. So anyway, I thought I would show you my compilations and basically just tell you what's on them in not really any particular order, and I hope this will focus properly. Sega Ages, Volume 1 on the Sega Saturn, and that's got Afterburner 2, Space Harrier and Outrun, and is a really, really good compilation. Sega Classics Collection. Now this is a little bit different in that these are arcade conversions. They're not necessarily all arcade perfect. I think Virtua Racing is arcade perfect. The other ones are like updated versions, like there's an updated version of Outrun, and it's not like your Outrun coast to coast modern thing, but it's bringing the classic Outrun into the modern era graphically, sort of. Updated Space Harrier, frankly, wouldn't bother. Fantasy Zone, excellent, really good. Golden Axe, Monaco Grand Prix, nothing to do with Super Monaco Grand Prix. I find it doesn't interest me, not my cup of tea. Columns, really good version of that. I don't like those kind of games, it makes me angry, and Andrea kicks my ass on it. And Bonanza Brothers, which is, it's good, it's updated, it's got more modern graphics. Taito Legends 2, this has got masses of stuff that I just wasn't familiar with. Alpine Ski, Kuri Kinton, Arabian Magic, The Legend of Cage, Bo's Adventure, I don't know if that was a part of the same thing. Liquid Kids, Camel Tree, Lunar Rescue, Chack and Pop, Super Space Invaders 91, Cleopatra Fortune, Metal Black, Crazy Balloon, Poochie Carrot, what? Darius Gaiden, whatever you want to call it, Puzzle Bobble 2, Don Doki Don, Quicks, Dungeon Magic, Raimi, not Sam Raimi, or is it Ramis, whatever, Elevator Action Returns, Nastar, Rastan 2, The Fairyland Story, Space Invaders 95, Football Champ, Space Invaders Deluxe, Frontline, Violent Fight, Gekiridan, yeah, something like that, Wild Western, Grid Seeker, Project Stormhammer, Insector X, Growl, Kiki Kai Kai, Gun and Frontier, and then 4 games are exclusive to PlayStation 2, Balloon Bomber, Raystorm, G Darius and Civilian. Lots of games. I have looked at all of these. I haven't spent much time with any of them. It's just plain classic arcade games. If you like classic arcades, that is a great compilation. Midway Arcade Treasures. This one is on the Xbox. Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, Gauntlet, Joust, Joust 2, Paperboy, Rampage, Marble Madness, Robotron 2084, Smash TV, Bubbles, Road Blasters, Blaster, Rampart, Sinistar, 720, Super Sprint, Tubin, Klax, Splat, Satan's Hollow, Vindicators, Root Beer Tapper. That is a great compilation. One of my favourites, possibly my favourite. Then we've got Midway Arcade Treasures 2. This one's on the PS2. And you've got Mortal Kombat 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Gauntlet 2, Spy Hunter 2, Zybots, Narc, APB, Cyberball 2072, Timber, Total Carnage, Pit Fighter, Wizard of War, Xenophobe, Primal Rage, Arch Rivals, Rampage, World Tour, Cosmic Cruiser, Championship Sprint, Hard Driving, and Wacko. Yeah, another great one. On Xbox, and this one is courtesy of Julesy Dreamcast, who sent me this, so big thank you to him for that. Midway Arcade Treasures 3, which has got Rush the Rock, Hydro Thunder, Super Off-Road, Badlands, Race Driving, Stun Runner, San Francisco Rush 2049, and Off-Road Thunder. I must do more videos of these, because some of these, I mean, it's all racing games, where the other ones are like old school arcade action. This is all driving games, racing games. Tecmo Classic Arcade. All of the other compilations I've got there, I would recommend. I would say, yeah, if you like old school arcade, get them. I wouldn't recommend this. It's got one good game on it, which is Bomb Jack. Some other that are a bit mediocre. And anyway, Bomb Jack, Rygar, Star Force, Solomon's Key, Pleiades, Sengio, Pinball Action, Strato Fighter, Swimmer, Tecmo Bowl. Now that one apparently is considered a classic, but I just don't do American football. Tecmo Cup. I like Bomb Jack. It's worth having for Bomb Jack, but I think to buy a compilation on the strength of one really good game is questionable. I only paid like 99p or something silly like that. It is not a great compilation. This, on the other hand, is a great compilation. Namco Museum 50th Anniversary. This one's on the Xbox. Again, all of these, I'm sure that they're on all of the consoles of that era. So you've got Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Dig Dug, Rally X, Pole Position 2, Xevious, Dragon Spirit, Bosconian, Rolling Thunder, Mappy, Spy Kid. These were what was in the arcades when I was in my teens. Played masses of them, loved them. This to me is a fantastic compilation. And then we've got Capcom Classics Collection Volume 1. And again, this is another awesome one. A really like top compilation. You've got 1942, 1943, 1943 Kai, Bionic Commando, Commando, XX's, Final Fight, Forgotten Worlds, Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts, Gunsmoke, Legendary Wings, Mercs, Pirate Ship Higemaru, Section Z, Sun, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. Now this is worth getting just for those, because I mean Street Fighter 2 I should say, for me anyway, it's still the only beat 'em up I really like. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Trojan, Vulgus. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Then I've got a couple of compilations for the PS1. These, largely everything that's on these, turn up on those other compilations. I've got Midway Presents Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection. That's Volume 2. So you get, well, I'm going to assume it's just what's on the front. Paperboy, Gauntlet, Road Blasters, Crystal Castles, Marble Madness, and Millipede. So you find those on the Midway Arcade Treasures, whatever, down there. Most of, I think. Atari, Midway, blah, Atari Collection, Volume 1. Asteroids, Battle Zone, Centipede, Missile Command, Super Breakout, and Tempest. Great, love that. Not sure if all of those appear on those Midway ones. That was great. These to me, I mean, are absolute classics, must-haves. Then we've got this, Capcom Generations for the PS1. Basically it's split that other thing over onto 4 discs, that Capcom Classics thing that you can get on the Xbox. If you've got an Xbox or a PS2 or something like that, this is redundant because everything on here is on here, and there's a whole lot more on here as well. But I like having this. I bought it back in the day. Then I've got a load of Game Boy Advance compilations, Sega Arcade Gallery, Atari Anniversary Advance, Midway Greatest Arcade Hits, Namco Museum, Konami Arcade Advanced. All of those are like all the big hits that you would expect from those companies back in the day. Really good compilations. Now I'm going to have to edit like hell to fit all of this in because I'm well over time. Thank you for watching.